Symmetry in plane shapes. Plane shapes also have symmetry. Now, first of all, plane means a flat shape which will have a length and a breadth. Okay, so a length and a breadth, when it has only two dimensions, then it is called a plane shape, which can be drawn on a flat surface. That is a plane shape. Certain things, say for example, you want to draw a table, you will not be able to draw it properly on a plain paper because it is not a plane shape. Okay, it has three dimensions. It has length, breadth, and height. So the height, we will not be able to show it properly as it is on the plain paper. So these are plane shapes over here, and how symmetry can be shown in plane shapes. We watched most of these on the videos that we watched earlier. So here there's a triangle, and they're telling that this triangle has one line of symmetry. Now in this triangle also, it will have only one line of symmetry if both these sides are same. So we had learned watching the video that this type of a triangle where two sides are same, it is called an isosceles triangle. So this has one line of symmetry, so it is an isosceles triangle. Now if this was not an isosceles triangle, if all the three sides were different measures, then it would not have any line of symmetry. And if this triangle has all three equal sides, like here this, it is already given, like this triangle, all the three sides are equal, so it has three lines of symmetry. And if no side is equal, it will have no line of symmetry. Okay, so this type of a triangle where two sides are equal, it is called an isosceles triangle. And here where all the three sides are equal, it is called an equilateral triangle. Okay, and the one in which no sides are equal, koi bhi side equal nahi hai, then it will be called a scalene triangle. Okay, so in that there will be, in a scalene triangle, there will be no line of symmetry. Okay, now here we have another figure which is a quadrilateral, means it has four sides. Okay, now in quadrilaterals we have many figures. Now this square is also a quadrilateral because it has four sides. Okay, yes, so we go to this particular quadrilateral. In this there is only one line of symmetry, because if you fold along this line, then both the sides will overlap exactly, one on top of the other, and therefore only one line of symmetry. Now if I draw a horizontal line like this, then both the sides will not overlap properly. Now here we have a square which has two lines of symmetry, but a square can have four lines of symmetry like this. This also we watched in the videos. Now if you don't remember, you can watch the videos again. They are on the website and the school app. Now here we have a square but which is tilted a little bit 90 degrees. So in this also we have, similar to this, two lines of symmetry. Now in this triangle, now this is the triangle I was talking about where all the three sides are different. Scalene triangle. So there are no lines of symmetry in this. Now this is another quadrilateral because it has four sides. It is called a quadrilateral. But wherever I draw a line, it will not give me an identical image on the other side, part on the other side. So this quadrilateral does not have any line of symmetry. So these two figures are called asymmetrical. Now we go to reflection. Now this reflection we have been talking about from the time we have started this symmetry. Now reflection means the image that is formed on the mirror or any in the water also. Sometimes if you look into the water, you can see yourself in that. So that is called a reflection. Okay. So here reflection is also a kind of symmetry. So the symmetry formed by reflection is called reflectional symmetry. A reflection is the mirror image of an object. So if this shape is seen in a mirror, it will look exactly the same. So this dotted line, we have to assume or think that it is a mirror. Similarly, here there is a B written and there is some animal coming out of it. So if this will be reflected on a mirror, it will look like this. Now if the mirror is placed here below this DOT, below this word dot, if the mirror is placed over here below, then the reflection will be like this. Okay. So that is called reflectional symmetry. The line of symmetry shows where the shape has been reflected. So here, if the line is here, it shows the reflection is this side to the right. If the line is below, then it shows that the reflection is below. That is what is being told here. Now, the line of symmetry shows where the shape has been reflected. A shape can be made symmetrical with the help of a mirror. So if I want to make a symmetrical shape for this particular thing over here, whatever design this is. So if I place a mirror by the side of it, I will get a reflectional symmetry over here. So this is the place where you have put the mirror. Okay, and therefore this is the mirror which is reflecting this. This is the paper. This full thing is the mirror. Okay, so when you have placed the mirror like that, it is giving this image which is a reflectional symmetry. Look at some reflected figures. So now here, this figure, they are putting a mirror over here and how it shows on the mirror. So if it is an arrow like this, it will show like this. If it is a lock like this, it will be shown like this. Now, a few days ago, I asked you to do exercise 8.1. Now, those of you did not do it then, you may do it today. Now, what is it? Draw the lines of symmetry for the given objects. So what you can do is, if you have your textbook, you can draw the line of symmetry in the textbook itself. And if you don't have, you can roughly draw this picture however well you can draw. जितना भी अच्छी तरह से आप draw कर सकते हो इनको अपनी book में draw कर लो, and then you draw the line of symmetry. Okay, so whether it is vertical or horizontal, that will depend upon how the figure is. Okay, and some of the objects may not have a line of symmetry at all. Next, circle the images that do not have any line of symmetry. So in this, you don't have to draw the line, you only have to circle that image in which the line of symmetry is not there. Let me give you an example. Say for example, this fly. If I put a vertical line over here, I will get two identical images on both the sides. Therefore, this is a symmetrical figure. But if I look at this car, even if I draw a line like that or a line like this, I will not get a symmetrical figure. So this is not symmetrical. So I would circle this image. Similarly, you look at the different images and figure out for yourself whether a line of symmetry is possible or not. Then we go to question number 3. Use a mirror to draw the reflections of the given shapes. Now for this, they are telling you that you place a mirror over here and you see what reflection falls on the mirror. Even if you don't use a mirror, you can imagine how this would look on the mirror. So you can draw the reflection over here according to the mirror reflection. So that is what is to be done over here. Again, the same thing. If you don't have your textbook, you can roughly draw these figures in your book and complete it. Okay. We go ahead now. Slides, flips, and turns. Let us see what these terms are. Slide. So you must be familiar with the word slide. We have a sliding board in the school. So you start from the top and you slide down. So that is a sliding board. Okay. So what is the slide? When a shape moves in one direction from one place to another, we say it slides. So here they have given a picture of this key, which is slid, which has been pushed a little ahead. So this key has moved in one particular direction and reached here. So that is called sliding. That movement is slide. Then the other movement they have given here is flip. When a shape is flipped across a line and faces the opposite direction, we say it has flipped. So if we look at these pictures, we will understand this better. Now, what has happened to this chair? It has been flipped. So what is the meaning of flipped? It has been brought to this position, okay, and it is facing the opposite direction. So first the chair was facing that side. Now it is facing this side, and that type of a movement is called flipping. So it has been brought across to this side, across a line, and faces the opposite direction. Here we have a Rubik's cube also. So it has been brought this side of the line, and you can see that blue was facing this side. Now it is facing this line. Okay, so that is called flip. Then we have a turn. Now, what is a turn? Now, this is important. You need to understand this properly because this is the other type of symmetry that we have to learn. We finished learning reflectional. Now, we are going to the next type of symmetry, which is called rotational symmetry. Now, you are not unaware of this word. You have come across this word in social studies, wherein you talk about the rotation of the earth. So what is this rotation? Movement of the earth on its axis. So the movement by which days and nights are formed, that is the rotation. Okay, so rotational symmetry. Anyway, you will understand it better as we go ahead, and I will also be showing you a couple of videos, so don't worry. When a shape is turned through an angle, we say a turn has taken place. A turn can be 1/4, half, 1/8, 1/3, or 1/6. So don't worry about all these fractions. I will explain them to you one by one. So first we learned about angles, and we know that a right angle is a 90-degree angle. So if there is this circle, okay, and if we are moving this circle one place that side, one place like this, 90 degrees to the right, then it is called a quarter of a turn. It is called 1/4 of a turn. 1/4 is called quarter. So 1/4 of a turn means if we are turning it 90 degrees, means either say this point, if it is reaching here, then it is called a quarter turn. But if we are making 2 quarter turns, if we are turning 1 quarter is from here to here, another quarter is from here to here. So if we are taking a turn from here to here and here to here, if we are doing 2 right angles or 2 quarters, see here also it is shown, okay, that we are turning like this and like that. Half a turn we are taking, then it is 180 degrees turn. Double of 90 is 180 degrees. That is called half a turn. Then we look at the next picture. Here we are doing 3 quarter turns. 3 times we are moving. Pehle idhar se idhar 1, idhar se idhar 2, Then from here to here, 3. Okay, so 3 quarter turns are done, means 3 right angles. And one right angle is 90 degrees. So 3 right angles will be 270 degrees. Okay, so if we are doing 90 degree, it is called quarter turn. If we are doing half a turn, 2 turns, means 2 90-degree turns, then it is half a turn. And if we are doing 3/4 of the full turn, 3/4 of what is this? This full circle is 1. So if we are doing 1/4 means 90 degrees hila rahe, so it is 1/4. If we are doing 180 degrees, then we are doing half of this full circle. Here we are doing 3/4 of this circle. Okay, so 3 quarter turns means 3/4. And 3 multiplied by 90 is 270 degrees. And one complete turn is 360 degrees. If we are turning from here to here, one full round if we take, then it is called a full turn. 4 right angles, and 4 multiplied by 90 is 360. So it is called one complete turn. So just get familiar with these names: quarter turn, half turn, 3 quarter turns, and full turn. Now yesterday I explained something called clockwise and anti-clockwise also. So what is that? Turns can be clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now clockwise means how do the hands of the clock move? They go from this side to this side. So this is how the hands of the clock move. So this movement is called clockwise direction. And here this is anti-clockwise, opposite of how the hands move. Okay, so if the direction is like this, it is called anti-clockwise. Now here, they have taken one particular figure and they are giving quarter turns to this figure. Observe the dot on the shape that turns quarter at every step. So now this figure is there and we are taking a quarter turn, means 90 degree ka turn de rahe hain isko. Okay, so this type of turn we are giving, this first one that we saw here. Okay, 90 degrees. So when it is moved 90 degrees, then it will become like this. Okay, and when again it is moved 90 degrees, it will become like this. Again when it is moved 90 degrees, it will become like this. And when it is moved again 90 degrees, it will become like this. Okay, so to get back the original shape, how many turns we had to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Understood? There are some shapes which look the same even if we give them a quarter turn, for example. So this shape, to look the original shape, you had to take 4 quarter turns. Then you got the original shape. But some pictures are there that even if you give them 1 quarter turn, अगर 90 degrees भी इसको turn करते हो तो भी दोनों same लगते हैं. Like look at this picture. Okay, now the dot has moved. The dot has moved from here to here. ये dot जो इधर था अभी इधर आ गया. But that is not a problem. But the shape is still the same, isn't it? So this shape and this shape are exactly the same. So what are they telling? That for some figures, that even if you take a quarter turn, they will still look the same. Now we go to half turn. Half turn is this one, 180 degrees. Okay, that is half turn. So some shapes look the same after a half turn. For example, this picture now. If you are taking quarter turn, then this will come here. Okay, the blue is coming here. And when you're taking it half turn, the blue from here, it will go there. Then look at the first picture and the third picture. They both look the same. So after the quarter turn, Look wise, they are the same, but the colors are different. Here the blue is here, here the blue is here. But here, the third picture is exactly like the first picture. Not only shape wise, but even color wise, it is the same. So yesterday we had spoken about not only that the shape has to be the same, but even the other things within the shape need to be the same. That is what is being told over here. Try these. Which of the following shapes will look the same after a half turn? Now, if you want to check that, what you have to do is you will have to cut these out on a paper, okay, and then try to move half a turn and see if the Z is still remaining a Z. Whether this flower is still remaining a flower when you turn it, when you take a half turn. That is, so this is today's homework. This also you will try and cut it out on a paper. So कोई भी एक रफ पेपर ले लेना और उसमें ये ऐसा ड्राइंग बना के फिर उसको कट कर लेना. Then you take a half turn and see that are you getting the same shape or not. Okay. So now rotational symmetry. A shape has a rotational symmetry when it looks the same after a rotation of less than one full turn. If we take one full turn, we will get the same thing. Okay. But if we are not taking one full turn and we still get the same figure, then that figure has rotational symmetry. Now for reflectional symmetry, it was very easy for you. If you draw a line of symmetry and if both the sides are same, it is reflectional symmetry. But in rotational, what you have to do? You have to think कि इसको हम अगर घुमाएंगे तो ये full turn नहीं घुमाएंगे, then also if we are getting the same thing, then it is a rotational symmetrical figure. Okay. So now look at this figure. If you move this 1/4 turn, what will happen? This will come here. So not 120 degrees if you move, this will come here and this will go there. So this has rotational symmetry. This also, you move it 90 degrees. Also you will get the same picture. Now this is exactly like our school star, isn't it? The motto that we have of our school. So this is also a figure which has rotational symmetry. This figure also will have a rotational symmetry. And here there is something for you to do. Try and make a rotational symmetrical design on a white plate using bindis, pulses, colored glaze paper. This we'll see how we will do it. But this also we can do. Draw how these shapes will look after the given turns clockwise. So in this also what you do is you can cut out these shapes on a paper. Okay, even I will be doing it. So these shapes you cut out on a paper and then you give it a quarter turn. How will it look? So you cut this shape on a paper, give it a quarter turn. How does it look? That you have to draw over here. Then you give it a half turn. How does it look? You draw over here. Similarly for all these figures. What will come next? For this also you can do like that. You cut out a paper with this shape, okay, and then first you turn it like this, then you turn it like this, then you see in which way did you turn these. Similarly you turn and get the fourth position of this figure. Okay, so these you will have to cut out on the paper so you know what will come next. Change the given shapes by drawing or deleting portions to make the shapes look the same on a half turn. So when you turn this halfway, it has to look like the original figure and you have to delete something, okay, or draw something. So now when you are turning this in halfway, then what will happen? This half means quarter is here and half is here. So this thing will come here. So to make it look the same, what will you do? What will you delete? You have to remove this particular part. Similarly, this, if it has to be looking the same, what will you do? Okay, time is up.